Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
Artie?
Yeah?
It's your mom.
Hello?
Artie, I don't know what they're saying about you on the news, but they think you did it.
But I didn't do it.
Yeah?
Yeah?
I just don't know what they're saying on the news.
What are they saying on the news?
They're saying that you killed your daughters. My grandchildren. I haven't spoken to them for a while.
I didn't do it. I was with you that day.
Yeah, but that's not what you told the police, Artie.
They made me say it. They Brendan Dassied me.
Well, where did you get all the stuff that you told the police, Artie? Where did you get that from?
I don't know.
Where'd you get it from, Artie? Like, you had to get it from somewhere.
A book, maybe?
Artie, you don't know how to read. I never taught you how to read.
I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah? Will you tape WrestleMania for me?
Yeah, I got your tapes, Artie. I got your tapes of WrestleMania waiting for you every WrestleMania to happen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? When do you think I'm going to get out?
Artie, you're never gonna get out of prison because you told the police that you did something that you didn't do. I don't know why you think you're gonna get out to watch WrestleMania even though I'm still taping it for you. You told the police something that's gonna make you go to prison.
Well, what about my lawyers?
There's only so much they can do. Don't take that plea bargain, Artie. You didn't do it.
Yeah?
You didn't do it.
But they said I did it.
Did you do it, Artie?
Yeah.
Then why'd you just tell me you didn't do it, Artie? What are you trying to do? What did you do?
I don't know. They said I did it. They said I went over to Uncle Steve's and raped and murdered my daughter. And buried and burnt her alive.
Okay.
But I didn't do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got to be going, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to MOATAIF. This is Zach Roberts and AustinZach00 coming to you live from the Quillen Sanctuary for the third week in a row.
That strongly resembled making a murderer.
Yeah, it's very weird how history has a way of repeating itself. The way Manitowoc County forced Brendan Dassey to confess to crimes that he probably didn't commit is the same way that Clark County convinced Artie to confess to crimes that he also did not commit.
Except he probably committed them.
He definitely killed his wife, but I don't think he killed his daughter.
He just admitted on the show that he did it.
Yeah, but then he also told the police that, and now he's telling his mom he didn't.
But then he told his mom he did it.
Yeah, but like his Uncle Steven, they planted evidence against him. I think if anybody did it, it was Uncle Steven. I don't think Artie had anything to do with it.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Artie is mentally like he did not do it. Like he has an IQ of like less than 70.
He's also addicted to drugs. Artie is.
Yeah, and like
Brendan Dassey was not addicted to drugs.
Yeah, he's just yeah. Talking about law breaking today.
Law breaking.
Except not really, but it is kind of.
There's two themes of breaking the law.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think we love breaking the law a lot. You can go first. Your story's shorter.
Okay, well, I got my nose pierced. The most impulse decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
If anybody knows me, they know I never make impulse decisions.
Yeah.
Like, I always have to think things through. But Hannah Campbell and Royal Nicholas Benton both got nose piercings.
Yeah.
And they came to the mall because we were supposed to be working. And we weren't working because of some sewage problem, which we'll probably talk about. Are we going to talk about that?
No.
There's a sewage problem. We weren't working, but they got nose piercings. And I was like, that's fucking cool. I like it. And I was like, I'm literally going to do this, Hannah. And she's like, you should do it. Like, you would look good on it, because Hannah loves being supportive.
Yeah.
And, like, even if it would look bad, she would have, like, told me to do it.
Yeah, she would have been like, it looks good.
Yeah, and I would have been like, okay.
If you say so.
But Hannah loves egging me on and, like, making me do things.
Yeah.
And she really, like, if Hannah wouldn't have pushed me, I would not have done it. Anyway, Hannah pushed me into it, and then Stephanie, my girlfriend, I always have to get permission from her to do things. Like, I don't have to, but I seek her approval. Tommy, you are being fucking gross.
He was just licking all of the hair out of that, like, fucking Velcro on the floor.
Oh. Anyway, fuck. That's gross, Tommy. I kind of got Stephanie's approval.
Yeah.
I was just like, she's like, I don't know if it would look good. I'm like, let's go do it. She's like, today? It's like, after we got off work, I, like, picked her up, and I was like, we gotta get to Yellow Springs before 7. So, like, I speed all the way there, and, like, it's, like, 6:30, and I, like, pull up to the place, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, and she's like, we literally sped all the way here. You're
Right.
gonna, like, go in there and at least see if you like it. So we go in, and I'm like, I want to nose piercing, and he's like, all right, this old man. He's like, you got 2 young ladies right here in front of you getting the same thing. Like, you just sit right there, we'll get right to you. And he gets in the back, and he's like flirting with like these little like teenage girls.
Yeah.
I assume they're like 18.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't feel nothing at all. You know, being a cheesy piercing guy, like,
right?
Because she's like, oh, and he's like, I didn't feel nothing at all. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And so, like, the whole time I'm just like nervous because I'm like
just making knocking noises.
Nervous. And this guy, like, comes like, he's being all quiet, like he's nervous or something. He's like, you ever got a pimple on your nose that you just gotta pop? You ever had that?
I guess.
He's like, you ever had that pimple right there in your nose? He was kind of like a redneck guy. Get that pimple right there in your nose that you gotta pop. And I'm like, I'm not nervous about the pain.
Right.
That's like, I told him, like, he's like, oh. I was like, I'm just nervous about like how it's gonna look. He's like, all right. So he just like held a ring to my nose. He didn't like put it like in or anything. He just held it up to my nose, and I like looked at Stephanie, and I'm like, and she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you think? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fucking annoying. And I look at myself, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I see what you mean. I don't know either.
Yeah.
I did not know what it would look like, and I was just like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So impulse. So we get back there to get this piercing done, and he like makes me wipe out my nose.
Yeah.
And then he like shoves a Q-tip in there, like scrapes my nose.
Right.
Like 5 times. Like he like shoves a like nasty Q-tip in there, scrapes my nose, like throws it away, does it again, throws it away, does it again. He's like, all right, now let's get to it. Like, where you exactly want it? And they like made me like take a toothpick and like poke my nose where I wanted it, and then like he marked my nose. He's like, all right, and then he put this clamp on me. You don't know about the experience. Like, you have not heard about the experience. It was so fucking painful.
Yeah.
It was like one of the worst pains in the world, except not really, but it was fucking painful.
Yeah.
Because like he drilled this, like, at first it was just like, oh, that sucks, like there's like a needle going inside of me, and like it's a little, like, it stung a little, but then like the pressure was so immense of like just like my entire nose felt like I was like being punched in my nose.
Jesus.
And it, oh fuck, it hurt so bad. I was like, fuck, like in the like thing. He's like, did that hurt? It didn't hurt me.
God damn it.
He's like, I didn't feel nothing. He like, and then he like turned to Steph. He's like, you feel nothing? You feel anything?
Did she have her nose pierced?
No. He's like, did you feel anything? Because I didn't feel nothing. Because I'm
like,
fuck.
I get it now. I thought you were saying like they were saying like I didn't feel anything when I got my nose pierced.
No,
I didn't know.
I didn't feel nothing.
Oh fuck! I hate him now. Like I thought he was.
Yeah, he's cheesy. He's like, and then like I'm like fuck, and he's like, don't move your lips. You got a needle right there by your nose, because he left the needle in my nose like right here. It's like, he's like getting the piercing ready, and it hurt so fucking like instantly a tear came to my eye.
Yeah,
it was like I cannot explain to you how instant it was. Like it was just like.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, it didn't, like, I wasn't, like crying. It just happened. But then I ended up really liking it. And it was a good impulse decision. And that's the end of the road for me in that story. Except afterwards, as I was pulling out, I got pulled over.
Yeah.
And that's the second thing. That's the first thing of breaking the law.
Right.
Because I have a legal window tint. Which is not interesting at all.
Yeah, of the car that you just got, and it would have no way of knowing that it was illegal. The legal
limit is 50% window tint. I had 16% window tint visibility. That's all that what the fuck, Mozart?
Don't knock that off, boy. Come here, Hillary. RJ.
Next topic.
So, at the mall, there is another store around the corner that used to be Annie Ann's when we were young. Then it was like the Great American Cookie Company.
For like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then it was like a crepe store. Then they sold hot dogs.
We had crepes there?
Yeah, it was Create a Crepe or something like that. Create a Crepe Cafe. Yeah, but it wasn't very open very long. Then there was like Coney Island like hot dog place. And then there was nothing, and it's been empty for as long as I can remember now. It's been empty longer than there were businesses in it.
Yeah.
But it's a good because it's not really a good location. I was gonna say it's a good location, but it's not. It's a good store.
Like, it's a well-built store in the mall.
Yeah, it's a well-built store in the shitty-ass, nasty-ass mall.
It's nowhere near the food court.
Yeah, which there isn't really a food court anyway.
There's just a congregation of food.
Yeah,
places.
it's just like you walk in the door, and then there's Chinese, Charlie's, Subway, and Pretzel Maker all right there, because Little Vittles is closed, officially closed.
That's it.
And then that's it in the entire mall. And then... So if you walk down to the middle and then turn left, and then it's about like 10 stores down, literally like in the middle of nowhere. It's literally like it's next to Claire's and Victoria's Secret. Do you remember when there used to be a Friendly's in the mall?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
There used to be a Friendly's in the mall, and I used to love going there. And it was like an actual like dine-in restaurant down that way.
I remember New York Pizza.
Yeah, that was where Little Vittles used to be.
Yeah. But
Friendly's used to be down by, like, Walden Books. It used to be, like, right down there, like, where Auntie Anne's is. Mm-hmm. Like, this store. So, Bree and I have always wanted to, like... Bree and I love trespassing. We trespassed at the Springfield Family Water Park to film Where Are They Now? And we haven't looked back since then. We love trespassing. I think it's just because it's, like, the thrill of knowing that you're not supposed to be there. Not that it's necessarily, like, a bad thing, but it's like, you're, like, at any moment, like, you could get in trouble because you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And really, we don't break any, besides littering, like, we don't really make it, we don't really, like, do anything that bad. So I think maybe trespassing is as bad as it gets for us. So we've wanted to go down because we want to look in the store as, like, jokingly a potential place for Pretzel Maker to move to. Which would probably end up being a bad idea because it's not really a good location. But that's we kind of want to move to a place that no customers would come to.
Right.
But then we would lose our jobs. But the mall won't let us look at it unless we have to like sign a contract saying that we are moving to that store in order for them to let us see it. Mm-hmm. So you pretty much have to move in sight unseen, which I think is gay. So, you walk up and it's just a counter. Like Pretzel Maker, there's no gate or anything like that, because if there was, this story wouldn't happen.
Yeah, you would not have been able to trespass.
Yeah, so it's a Sunday, which is like usually busy in the mall for us, for Pretzel Maker, but we're closed. So we walked down there, and we walked into Claire's and like waited until like all the people cleared out of the area, and then we went back and hopped the counter of this place, because the door...
You guys both hopped the counter?
Yeah. We both hopped the counter because the door in the back was locked. But there's, like, the front area, which has the counter, and then it has, like, an island in the middle, and then, like, the door to the freezer and, like, the oven and all that stuff right there, and the sink.
Does it have an oven in there?
Yeah. And then then there's a swinging door like we have that leads to the back room. So Bree couldn't get over the counter at first, so I took the opportunity and just hopped over and dove in. And immediately went straight back into the room. And then Bree climbed over a few seconds later, and we both like just immediately went into the back room.
What's the room? That's what I'm most curious about.
Yeah,
well, we didn't know what it was.
We didn't know. Obviously we knew it was the back room, but we didn't know like how big it was.
Yeah, like what's in there?
Literally, as soon as you open the door, it is fucking ginormous. Like
really?
Even when the lights were off, I was like, "This is huge." The entire Pretzel Maker could fit in their back room.
Really?
Like, that's how big it is.
Jeez.
It's so open. Did you not see the pictures we sent?
No, I didn't.
Literally, as soon as you open the door, it's just fucking-normous. Like, this is the view from when you just open the door.
Oh my god.
It's huge. Little office area, which is real tiny, but, like, a fucking huge 3-sink, a fucking huge bathroom, a huge freezer. Oh, that's just my double chin. But, it's so fucking big. And, like, before we even turned the lights on, I was like, Bree, this is huge back here. So first we were using the flashlights on our phone to look around. And that was good enough because we were like, wow, this is fucking awesome. Like, We are trespassing. We've wanted to see this store. Like, it is everything that we hoped for. It is fucking big. We want to move here. It's clean. We looked at their pop machine thing that, like, where we put the boxes of soda to that thing was so clean, and it was so nice. They all had labels. Like, it had a label where, like, each pop went. Yeah. Plus, all of the tubes had a label on it, which is, like, what we do not have. We do not have that at all.
That's sophisticated.
It was just so nice. There was, like, a cage where you put the CO2 tanks, instead of, like, having to sit them there and chain them up or whatever. And it was just fucking huge. Like, I can't get over how big the back of this room was, because, I mean, there was so much room. Like, at Pretzel Maker, everywhere you're on top of someone.
Yeah.
There's, like, no room for anything ever. And we would have so much storage in this space. It was so fucking amazing. So then as we're sitting there, we're like, we need to take pictures for our friends. So instead of using the flash on our camera, which I don't know why we didn't think of this, Bree stood over by the light switch, which was by the door, which, just like the door at Pretzel Maker, has a window in it. Mm-hmm. And she's standing there, and I go over to where I want to take the first picture, and she turns the lights on, take a picture, turn the light off. I walked over to the office, turned the light on, took a picture, turned the light off. Yeah. Walked over to the bathroom, turned the light on, turned the light off. Walked over to the freezer, light on, light off. And then we're just kind of standing there, like, having fucking fun. Being quiet, of course, but it was just the feeling of, like, the adrenaline of, like, we're not supposed to be here. And we, like, peek out the window, and there's a lady just standing there, like, at the counter, like, looking back in at us. And Bree's like, oh, shit, like, shh. And we're like, okay. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And there's, like, a little, like how our oven is, how there's, like, a little part where you can see through.
Yeah.
It's like that, but, like, a much bigger gap. So I was, like, peeking my head, not my whole head, but, like, my eye through, of course, and looking. And she's just, like, pacing back and forth. So we thought she was just, like, a mall walker who, was just pausing, and looking to be, because there's, like, a little part of the menu that used to be at that, like, the hot dog place that's still there. And so we're just sitting in the back, like, being quiet. And she sits down on the bench, which is literally right in front of the store. So we're like, okay, like, no big deal. But then she pulls out her cell phone. And I was like, I don't know, I feel a little weird about that. And so we're like, okay, she's calling someone. Like, who could that be? And we're just, like, looking around, and we, like, keep looking out at her. And then she stands back up, and FMC, Fat Mall Cop, is making his rounds. And he's coming down from, like, CVS, so towards us.
Oh, shit.
Towards the store. And she's like, excuse me. And he's like, yeah, and we didn't hear what else she said. And then all we hear is, yeah, I saw them, and we sprinted out, because she's...
How did you get out? You went to the...
There's the back door, yeah.
You went through the hallway.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, we saw them, and Bree's like, oh, no, we have to go. Like, she was literally like, we have to go. And we run out, and earlier we were going to, like, open that back door to, like, look into the hallway, but she was like, what if it has an alarm on it? It doesn't, but, we were just thinking, like, of all the ways that we would get caught, that would be one of them.
Yeah.
Like, opening this door. So she's like... So she didn't even care at that point, because we needed to get out of there, so we weren't seen. All we heard was this lady say, I saw them, and we don't know if she saw us hop over the counter, or if she just saw us flickering the lights, and then, like, saw us back there as it was happening. But we, like, run to this back door. She pauses, Bree pauses for a second, and I'm like, we have to get out of here. She pushes the door open, and it's not like ours that automatically shuts, so I didn't shut it behind me. I barely, I swung it, but I didn't.
So, like, they know something.
Yeah, but it was not fast enough. Like, I had to get out of there. Because it's not close to the end of the hallway. It's like, it's the last door, but there's still, like, probably, like 20 feet and then, like, 50 feet to get out. I don't know if that's long, but it's not very close to the door. So I didn't let the door close all the way, and we're literally sprinting out. Like, I've never run so fast in my entire life. And we get to the end of the hallway where the exit door is, and it says keep door closed at all times. So we're like, Bree's like, what if it has an alarm? Because it could, it very well could. Yeah. She's like, oh, what do we do? I was like, Bree, we have to. Like, we cannot be stuck here. Like, FMC is going to be coming down this hallway to get into the store, for sure, without a doubt. So we just shove it open. Nothing happens, of course, because our mall's run down and nasty. And we're how when you come out to take the trash out, you're like down here on the far side.
Yeah.
And then there's like that truck and the ramp like right there.
Yeah.
That's where that door comes out, is like right there by the truck. So we're not that far from our door, but it was completely disorienting. We had no idea where we were. And so we just fucking take off and start sprinting toward, like, I mean, I'm serious, like, sprinting. I have never run so fast in my entire life, and we're laughing the whole fucking way because it was so fucking funny for some reason. Bree drops her keys and just keeps fucking running. And she's like, my keys! So I have to, like, do a circle, fucking pick them up and keep running. We, like, run into the door all the way to Pretzel Maker. She fucking fumbles with her keys and unlocks it. And then we just sit in the back of Pretzel Maker and laugh for, like, 30 minutes. And, like, we're completely out of breath for, like, an hour.
Oh, my God.
It was so much fucking fun. It was so funny. And we thought that we kept thinking about it, like, how did that lady see us? She had to be in the baseball place. Like, because it's right across the hall.
Yeah.
Like, she had to just be in the baseball place and either see us climb over the counter or see us flicking the lights. But whatever it is, it made it so much better because it was so adrenaline, like, running the fuck
See,
out.
I don't like that. Like, I wouldn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't like running because I
Yeah.
would feel like...
Oh, God. It was...
Because I would have anxiety for, like, 2 days. Like, there's probably, like, security, like, cameras.
Yeah,
like,
there's
what?
not. UMC told us there are no security cameras in the mall.
Really?
Yeah, he said there are no security cameras in the mall. And he said there was a guy that was stealing, and they could not prosecute him because there was no proof.
Really?
And there are no security cameras in any store in the mall.
Fuck.
Yeah. Which is terrible.
Yeah, our
Actually.
mall sucks.
Yeah. But it was so much fucking fun because, like, it was like a fucking high-speed chase. Like, and it was so fucking funny because it was like...
Like, fat mall cop's not going to chase after
Oh,
you.
yeah, no. And I think if he knew it was us, like, he would just be like, haha, don't do it again. Give me free pretzels. But especially if it was UMC. UMC would be like, oh, you did this after me. I would have took you in there myself.
Probably. He loves us.
He loves us. But it was so funny because, like, just as soon as she said, I saw someone or I saw them, we bolted. Like, I've never, like, I could not keep up with Bree. Like, she was running so fucking fast.
Really?
Like, I've never run so fast in my entire life. I thought I was going to throw up. Like, as we walked into Pretzel Maker,
Usain
I was
Bolt.
like, I think I'm going to throw up. It was crazy. It was so much fun. I loved it. It's like, it will be one of those, like, things that you think about in, like, 5 years and, like, laugh your ass off. You know what I mean?
Really, yeah.
Like, it's fucking hilarious. Because we've been wanting to do it, and then we finally did, and it was, like, worth every second.
I think I want to do it now.
I want to go back again.
Yeah, I think I want to do it.
I want to go back again. We thought about stealing a key, because they had all of the keys, like, on the board in the back in the office. Which, of course, we went through all the paperwork in the office, too. Like, of course.
Yeah.
It was, like, food safety stuff, and I thought it was, like, rent paperwork, like a lease, but it was just food safety stuff, and we thought about stealing a key so we could just go back whenever we wanted, but we didn't. But it was, oh my god, it was so fucking fun. I think now, I think now, like, they would probably lock the door. Like, that middle door. Like, UMC or FMC probably went in and locked that middle door.
Probably.
So that way, if someone does hop the counter, they can't get into the back room.
Yeah.
Which probably should have been already. But there's nothing back there that, like, that you can steal or anything. It's not like there's a safe back there or anything. But
yeah, but, like, a homeless person could hide out there.
oh, yeah. And she was like, well, if the security comes in, like, we'll just hide in the freezer. But, like, no matter where he would have found us.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking funny. Like, I could not stop laughing.
It doesn't sound funny to me. It sounds scary.
I don't know why we thought it was so funny, but it was just so fucking funny. I loved it. It was so much fucking fun. And immediately I was just like, I want to go back. Like, I want to go back there as soon as it was over. And, like, hop the counter again. Like, I think I just love danger.
Yeah, you're a little
Or
dangerous.
adrenaline. Yeah. It was fucking great. The Iowa caucuses are tomorrow. That's exciting. We'll probably be talking about that next week on
I
MOATAIF.
kind of want Bernie Sanders to win. But I'm also a strong Hillary.
I don't understand then.
I don't know. I want both of them to win right now. But I'm strong Hillary.
So then you don't want Bernie Sanders to win if you're strong Hillary.
I wouldn't care if he did.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either, but I want the candidate that I support most to win.
Yeah, but, like, I guess I'm undecided then, right now.
Uh-oh.
But, like, But, like, I will be strong Hillary if she gets the nomination, but I'll be, like, mild Bernie if he gets the nomination.
I mean, I would be strong whoever got the nomination, even if it was Martin O'Malley, even if it was Rocky LaFuente.
I would not be strong.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'd be excited because, like, a Democrat.
Right.
But I probably wouldn't volunteer for Bernie Sanders.
So you're strong Hillary, like, it's not undecided.
Yeah, I'm strong Hillary.
Yeah, it's not undecided. Like, undecided is like, I don't know who I support. But
But I think Bernie Sanders would make a good president.
Yeah, but you also have to think he's not going to be able to... He doesn't have any specific plans of how he's going to get his proposals out. Like, he says, like, oh, free college, but he also says, like, he's going to... He says, like, we're going to have to raise taxes on the middle class, which is not good in a general election.
Yeah.
You can't say that. And, like, win independence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he keeps trashing Hillary Clinton, which I just think is so rude. I mean, I get it because, like, they're competing. But at the same time, like, we should be trashing Republicans, not each other.
Right.
And I think Bernie or Hillary would both make a good president, but I think Hillary is the most qualified candidate, I think, hands down on any side. And she has actual specific policy proposals, whereas Bernie Sanders... his policies are just like, this is what I want to do, but not how I'm going to do them.
Yeah, I heard somebody said that Hillary is the best candidate for the current administration, for the current White House, for the current setting of how the government is.
Yeah.
And Bernie Sanders is the best candidate for how it should be.
Well, yeah.
So it's kind of like, just two mindsets, do we want somebody who's going to push it to where it should be, or do we want somebody who's just going to run it like a well-oiled machine like it is now?
Well, let's be honest. Barack Obama is a phenomenal president.
Yeah, he was a great president.
And nobody should... Like, whoever succeeds him will have a lot of work left to do. And I think if we nominate Bernie Sanders, we stand a stronger chance of losing the nomination, or losing the White House.
Yeah.
Because even though, like, hypothetical polling says that he would win against, like, every Republican, like, I think it's just because it's a Democrat, you know what I mean? But I think, realistically, the people that would turn out to vote are going to be the Republicans. And
because they don't want a fucking socialist.
Exactly. And I think it will mobilize more... I don't know. I think it's going to be a hard election to win anyway, even though, like, everybody predicts a Democratic landslide for Hillary Clinton. But still, at the same time, I think it's going to be a hard election. I think it's going to be fucking annoying because all we're going to hear is what difference does it make from the Benghazi hearing.
God.
And it's gonna be, and we're going to hear about Monica Lewinsky and how Bill Clinton rapes. It's going to be fucking annoying, but Hillary Clinton is a phenomenal candidate, and I think she would be a phenomenal president. I think she has proven over her entire career that she cares about the middle class, about the disenfranchised. Even when she was anti-gay, I think you had, like, even President Obama was anti-gay until fucking, 2012. You know what I mean? Even though he probably wasn't, it was not politically safe to say that you were pro LGBT. So, like, I don't think there was anything wrong with Hillary Clinton waiting until 2013 to be pro-gay. I don't think it was politically charged. I think she was doing I do think it was politically charged, but that's not a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do agree with Bernie Sanders on, like, everything he says, but Hillary Clinton is the best candidate to actually get it done. And so I hope and I believe that Hillary Clinton will win in Iowa tomorrow. I actually believe Bernie Sanders might win in Iowa, but I hope for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. It just depends on who's going to turn out.
Yep. I think it'll be interesting to watch. I'm excited that I have the day off so I can, like, watch it.
Oh, we'll probably have it turned on at work.
Yeah.
Because it's Monday and it's going to be slow.
Well, you can't turn it on at work. There's no TV.
I have a phone.
Do they live stream MSNBC?
Yeah, there's a site that live streams it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, we're gonna nominate a new president. We're not gonna nominate. We're gonna start the nomination process tomorrow, and we'll talk about it next week on MOATAIF. Tune in next week.
Hey,
Hey, alle hoot.